Well,
go ahead. Sounds like there's a lot up for you.
Let me establish it first.
Okay. Sounds good.
So it's good to see you guys again. And I really respect and appreciate that you two are on quite a journey together. And in our last session, it was a powerful session. And there was a lot of clarity. And so I'd like to just start by hearing what's alive for each of you today in this moment. And then from there we can decide where to put our attention. Okay.
Great.
That sounds
Yeah.
good. That sounds good.
Either of you care to go first?
Sounds like you have some stuff.
I can share what's been moving for me. Last time we met, we reviewed what was a very profound process that you and I did alone of a forgiveness process of you asking me for ways I felt hurt or wronged by you and apologizing where you felt it was a match for you and mirroring me on that. And that touched me very deeply. And we were awaiting to kind of reverse that so that I would have then chance to offer you the same gift. And I'm available for that in a very general sense, and maybe we'll get to that today or sometime soon. We will. We also reached a place where you had a clarity that you don't want to live together in the near term. And that's gone in and settled and unfolded. And at the same time, I've been very, very engaged this week in my own business, in my own work life, my own process of purchasing a new business, which will really change my footing in my life. And some of our issues historically have very much been wrapped around our money conversations, or have had triggers around our money conversations. What I need to say is, I'm in full agreement that we need to back way off in this relationship. And I'm feeling more and more uncertain that we really are a good match in compatibility. It's very present for me right now with the minor, trivial, what I think is trivial, unless it was very serious to you, the trivial upset that we had today on the telephone echoed my perceptions coming from a place of more space. And we can go into detail on that, but I'd like to hear from you first.
Okay. What's occurred to me is that I have a lot of anger and resentment towards you, David, about broken agreements.
Mm-hmm.
And I recognize that part of my makeup is very much tuned into keep making agreements, keeping them, or renegotiating them. And another piece that I don't think you recognize is, I'm not saying like that you're, just that you may not be aware of.
I'm telling myself that he might not be aware.
Right. I'm telling myself that you might not be aware of, is that there's things that how I hear what you're saying sometimes feels belittling or trivializing my needs. And I get that's probably the biggest thing. I get extremely, I get angry, outrageously angry. I feel completely invisible. I feel just, it's oftentimes I'll hang up, so how it shows up is interrupting, saying things to me like, you made an agreement with me last Friday that you still haven't followed through. Now, you made an agreement with me a week ago, and you told me you were going to give me an hour of your time, and you haven't followed through with that yet. You made an agreement with me to replace some food, which you haven't done. So these things just pile up to where I'm like, oh, and then you just want to like, I mean, to me it feels imbalanced. I'll say it feels imbalanced to have interactions where I'm constantly protecting myself. So then I get petty. What David thinks is petty, because I'm like trying to protect. Like, you know, he comes over and wants stuff, wants like energy, wants something from me all the time, and
that's how you experience it.
That's how I experience it.
And it just, what you're saying is really precious and valuable. And I want for David to be able to take it in, and it's a lot. So I'm not wanting to stop it, but I'm also feeling, you know, that David might be at a limit or getting close to a limit, you know.
Yeah, I'm done. I can stop.
I mean, that's what I'm perceiving. I don't know if that's, I'm telling myself that you're kind of getting close to a limit of what you can hear before having a chance to breathe through and take it in.
I'm accumulating a stack of responses.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm at a limit to listening.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I'm a limit to certain phenomenon or relationship.
Right. And so what might be valuable, if you think you can, is before you respond with any rebuttal or perspective, if you can just reflect your understanding
Right.
of her experience, because that's really valuable.
Right.
And that'll keep you connected.
Yeah.
Is if you can reflect back your understanding that it's her experience. It may not be the overall reality or the total reality, but it is her experience.
I hear that.
Okay.
So Karen, I hear you saying that you experience me as trivializing your precious needs and things which are important to you, that you experience me as not fulfilling agreements, and you experience me as needing and demanding things from you in a way that you're uncomfortable with. I don't know how, I could probably describe that with more detailed terms. The uncomfortable, certainly. And help me if there's more that I'm not remembering.
She's angry. If you
You're
just acknowledge the
angry.
anger.
You're extremely angry. When you experience me in these ways, your response to that is to become livid with anger towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you got it?
No.
Okay.
What did I miss?
Letting it be in your heart and in your body. Like to really feel, and I think that's been my frustration all along, is that, you know, it's one thing to have tools, it's another thing to actually have it in your bones, or to really sink into
Right.
an experience that someone's having.
Right.
And that's what has me feel really frustrated, is I'll ask for something I need, and on the verbal level, like, I mean, David can reflect back, but then it keeps happening,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a pattern.
Right.
So I'm recognizing, okay, that's the nature of patterns. And